Hi guys, welcome back to Pikama Stitches. Today I'm going to show us how to use just 2 yards of Ankara print to achieve this beautiful A-line dress with cut together sleeve. So if you're interested, watch to the end. Let's get right into it. So I folded my fabric into two. We're cutting both front and back, and we have a length of 45, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and cut. Then the width of this, I have 16 inches. Remember, this is a cut together sleeve. I'm going to be cutting with the sleeves together because we do not have enough fabric. I think I used less than 2 yards or exact 2 yards of fabric. So from the top part here, we're going to be marking out 1 inch, which will serve as our shoulder line and where all our markings will also be starting from. So go ahead and draw out this line. Now from that line, you're going to be marking your body measurements from your shoulder to your bust point, from your shoulder to your waist point, and from your shoulder to the hip, and then to the hem of your fabric. I used a length of 43. Okay, so if you want yours shorter, you can do that. Now I'm going to be showing us a simplified but more effective method of cutting out an A-line dress. Okay, so after drawing the lines, connect it into a straight line. Now I've connected all my lines, and then at the shoulder part here, I'm going to be marking my neck width. I'm going to be using a neck width of 4 inches. Since there is no zipper, I'm using 4 inches so it can pass through my neck freely. Okay, and then I'm coming down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I'm going to be connecting it into a curved or a slanted line, just the way you see me do. Now after doing that, for your sleeve opening, you can do 10 inches depending on your body size. Now I have 10.5. It is fine, but I can always adjust it and come up some more, okay, if I want it to be a little bit fitted, not too open. Okay, now we'll come to that much later. Now at the bust line here, I'm going to be marking my round bust circumference divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch to it. Remember, this dress is free, it's not a fitted dress. Okay, so I'm adding 1.5. Now for this L-line, you're not going to be marking anything on your waist. You're going to be leaving your waistline out. At the hip area, mark your hip circumference divided by 4, and I'm adding 3 inches to that. Okay, so that we can have that A-line effect. Now you're going to bring in your ruler and connect from your bust point to that hip point. Okay, can you see the method we're using? Now this A-line dress, we don't need it snug at the waist area, so we're not using our waist measurement. Okay, so connect from your bust point to that hip point, and from there you're going to slant it all the way to the hem of your dress. Can you see? Now go ahead and curve out this part, connect it to your sleeve opening. Now from that my hip point, I'm going to extend it furthermore outwards like this to create that A-line effect. Can you see what I have? Connect it outwards and you're done. It's as simple as that. So you can create this beautiful dress, rock it to church, rock it to the market, rock it while doing your work, your chores. It's a simple everyday wear. Okay, so now at this sleeve opening area, I decided to come up some more by 1 inch. You can do that. Okay, so from here I'm going to be measuring up to 9.5 inches. I want to use 9.5, so curve it to that point. Just watch the way you see me do. You curve it out to that point. You can decide to leave it right at your bust area, or you can decide to take it upwards some more. So now for the neck depth, I'm going to be doing 1 inch for the back neck depth. I'll connect it to my 4 inches neck shoulder width. Okay, neck width. And then for the neck depth for the front, I'm going to be working with 8 inches. Okay, I want it to be that deep so that since there's no zipper, it can pass through my head. Now I'm going to be creating a kind of a different design, okay, for the neck. So my 8 inches, I'm going to be dividing that by 2, and I have 4 inches. So from the 8 inch, I'll connect it like this in a straight manner with 1/4 of an inch, and then curve it to the 4 inches neck width. Watch the way I'm doing it. 1/4 of an inch straight down to the 4 inches, and from there I connect it to the neck width. Then after that, go ahead and add 1/2 of an inch at the shoulder to help us join both front and back shoulders together. Now, as a tailor or fashion designer, it's not every time that you're going to be using round neck, V-neck. You can use sweetheart neck, whatever neckline. You can be innovative, okay? I just thought of doing something different for my neck depth, so you can work with any type of neckline that you want to use, okay? It's totally up to you, but once in a while, just be creative with your work, with your art. Okay, sorry. So just go ahead and cut. Now you can use this for your ready to wear brand, okay? It's a very simple everyday wear, okay? I just wanted to show us that with 2 yards of fabric, you can always make something nice to wear out, okay? So don't trash that fabric. Or if you're a slim person, 1.5 will give you this style perfectly, okay? So just go ahead and cut out just the way you see me do to the hem, and then you cut out the length. If you want yours shorter, you can use it, but I wanted to use it to choir rehearsals, so I had to make mine a bit longer. So I used a length of 43 plus hemming allowance, okay? So that's what we have. If you have enough fabric, you can add a pocket to this, but I didn't have enough to add pockets, okay? So can you see what we have? Can you see the lower part looking all pretty? We'll go ahead and cut out facing for this. Before we do, go ahead and cut out, separate your front from your back piece and cut out your front neck depth just the way you see me do. And after doing that, we're going to go ahead to cut out our facing using turning the neck. So I have this piece. I had to join this fabric because I didn't have enough fabric at this point, so you will need to join, okay? Now this is our facing, is going to be inside, okay? So it doesn't really matter, but if you have enough fabric, you can always use it. Make sure you align the center of your dress like this, okay? Make sure the center line of your facing is matching the center of your main piece, and go ahead and trace out the exact thing that you have on your main piece, okay? Trace the exact same thing on your facing and go ahead to cut this out. Now because I was managing this fabric, okay, for my facing, I didn't have enough shoulder width, but it's fine. The main thing is the neck depth. So I had 3 inches, I think 2.5 or 3 inches for the shoulder width on my facing. But if you have enough fabric, you can extend it as long as you want. Then at the lower part of my facing, I'll just go ahead and give this a curve, and then I'll go ahead to cut this out. You can decide to leave yours straight, but I always love to curve mine out. I don't know, I'm just used to it. Okay, so the length of this my facing is 14 inches, okay? I worked with 14 inches facing. I'm going to be hemming the lower parts of my facing later. Now when I open this out, can you see how unique and beautiful this neckline is? Okay, so just be creative. If you want to use the exact same thing, it's absolutely fine. So go ahead and place your facing. Make sure the V-neck part is matching, every part is matching perfectly. You can use your pins to hold this in place. Then you go to your sewing machine and sew on those parts. You can make use of your hemming gum as well, so that when you iron it and flip it to the right side, it will lay flat and you have a perfect fit. Now for our back facing, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. It's also on fold. Make sure the center part that is on fold is also matching with the center part of your facing. You're going to go ahead and trace out the neck depth and also the shoulder area. Make sure the shoulder area, okay, and the shoulder area of the facing of both front and back is matching up, okay? Now once you're done, just go ahead and curve it out if you want to. but I'm used to curving my facing. I just like it, okay? But if you want yours to be straight, you can just leave it straight. Now I'm going to measure this up. At the shoulder area I have 3 inches, and the length of this facing is also 3 inches. You can decide to add stay to yours if you want to add stay to it for more structure, but I just didn't want to, okay? So you go ahead and open up your fabric, right sides facing each other, right side of the facing facing the right side of your fabric. You can go ahead and pin this down. You go to your sewing machine, stitch this round and iron it and bring it to the right side. So I've gone ahead to do all of that. I've attached my facing to both the front piece and the back piece, and I've ironed this neatly. I used my hemming gum as well to hold it in place. So when I open this up, this is our back. Can you see how neat the neckline is? Emphasis on neatness. I'm going to be hemming the facing later, okay? Now for the front piece, can you see what we have? Is also looking very pretty. Please give this video a thumbs up and like if you haven't, okay? And tell me in the comment section if you're going to be trying this simple DIY dress out. So can you see our front neck depth looking so pretty, well relaxed, okay? So what you're going to do next is to align both front and back together. You can use the facing to turn the shoulders if you want to, but go ahead and join with 1/2 of an inch, okay? The allowance we left. And once you're done with that, go ahead and hem the sleeve with 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch as well. Shaping the sides, make sure everything is well aligned. Now I'm going to show us how to shape this to bring out the A effect some more. You're going to be shaping the sides with 1 inch from the bust area, then you take it out by 1/2 of an inch. I hope that's clear. You go ahead and hem the lower part as well. And I've gone ahead to do all of that, and our dress is done. It's a simple dress. Can you see the lower parts? Can you see how neat and beautiful and very simple this is? You can make this dress in less than 30 minutes, okay? So can you see how neat this is? So like I said, you can use this for your ready to wear brand, okay? It's a very cute and simple dress. So I hope you've learned 1 or 2 from this tutorial. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more interesting and educative tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like and share. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Till I see you guys next time. Bye bye. Now if you have any video requests, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.